round of applause for this event. My name is Nabila Najib and I will be your host for today's event. We gather today not merely for an exhibition but to celebrate a shared vision, one in which collaboration, innovation, and mutual trust serve as the driving forces behind the advancement of the global halal economy. As Indonesia proudly assumes the D8 leadership, this expo serves as a platform where government, industry, entrepreneurs, and the public come together to strengthen partnership and create new opportunities for sustainable economic growth. We are deeply honored by the presence of delegates from D8 member nations. Their continued engagement reflects our shared commitment to transforming friendship into meaningful economic cooperation and cooperation into lasting prosperity for our nation. Thank you for your distinguished presence, and we sincerely hope that your participation over the coming days will foster meaningful dialogue and enduring cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let us start our first station of Halal Day 2 with the topic Driving Future of Global Halal Trade Strategy Synergies between Indonesia, Pakistan, Iran. And I would like to invite Professor Ahmad Afandi Mahfud, Head of CSED in-depth and lecturer of Postgraduate Program, University of Darussalam, Guntur Ponorogo. Professor, the stage is yours. Give big round of applause for Professor Ahmad Afandi Mahfud.
Ya, nanti dimundurin lagi. Iya, dimundurin.
Dengan ini, Center for Sharia Economic Development (CSED) Index telah diresmikan. Boleh kami tepuk tangan paling meriah sekali lagi Bapak dan Ibu.
Center for Sharia Economic Development (CSED) Index telah melakukan berbagai macam kegiatan seperti diskusi publik dengan topik terupdate, seminar nasional, kunjungan ke kediaman Abah Maruf Amin, kunjungan ke lembaga terkait, podcast spesial bulan Ramadan, dan menulis opini.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning to all of you. Your Excellencies, esteemed speakers, distinguished ambassadors, and of course all the guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great honor and of course a pleasure and of course the privilege to welcome you to this session entitled driving the future of global halal trade, strategic synergies between Indonesia, Pakistan, and Iran. And ladies and gentlemen, as we know that the halal economic sector has evolved far beyond being a solely matter of religious compliance. Today, it represents one of the fastest growing sector of the global halal economy, and encompassing several sectors, starting from the pharmacy and the cosmetic, models, fashion, including Islamic finance. With Muslim consumer spending growing every year, the halal industry has become a strategic driver for every country, including Pakistan, Iran, and of course Indonesia. And of course, it is one of the strategic driver for international trade, innovation, and of course sustainable economic development. And as a three important members of the D8 organization of kind of operations, the country like Iran, Pakistan, and of course Indonesia, each possess the uniqueness, strategies, and of course the competitive advantages. And of course Indonesia offers vast consumer market and expanding the halal to the chain, and of course the ecosystem as well. And whereas Pakistan is recognized as the growing fast in terms of the industry ecosystem, and of course the Iran also brings significant competitive advantage in pharmaceutical and of course some scientific innovations. And today, inshallah, we are going to discuss pertinent issues on how to drive this kind of halal economy or global halal trade from the perspective of the embassy. And of course, we are also here with one of the representatives from the corporate sector. And today, we are going to have this kind of three panelists. Number one, I would like to welcome His Excellency Ambassador Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan to the Republic of Indonesia. Please welcome to the stage. And the second panelist, His Excellency Ambassador Muhammad Barujudi, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Islamic Republic of Iran to the Republic of Indonesia. And the third panelist is Bapak Helma Agustiawan, President Commissioner of PT Soka Cipta. Please welcome to the stage. Alright, like I mentioned before, that today we are going to discuss and of course to listen from the perspective of the ambassadors and of course the corporate sectors. And of course we are here not to discuss about the peace agreement between Iran and US, because we have here Pakistan mediating the discussions. But of course here we have a very important topic to discuss with regard to the global halal trade. Without further ado, I would like to offer the first session and the first time to His Excellency Ambassador Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry, the Ambassador Extraordinary and also the Plenipotentiary of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan to Indonesia. You may highlight on some of the achievement of Pakistan, how the strategies, how the development of the global halal sector and also the supply chain, and of course you may highlight the advantages of the Pakistan halal economic development over the next 5 years. Please, the time is for you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
It's an absolute pleasure for me to be here with you and speak on a very important topic. But before I come to the halal economy, my friend Professor, he talked about Pakistan's mediation role in the Iran US conflict. So let me say that Pakistan considers Iran to be not only a friendly country but a brotherly nation. We stand for peace, and we have been playing a mediatory role very successfully, and we will continue to play this role until we achieve lasting peace in the region. It's been a difficult path, but Alhamdulillah, we've been so far successful in achieving many important milestones, including the temporary ceasefire and then Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding, and we will continue to facilitate and mediate in this important role, because we believe that peace in the region, and especially peace for the brotherly people of Iran, is very important, not only for Iran but also for the region. And we are also grateful to all friendly nations who have played this role in facilitating and encouraging Pakistan, facilitating and mediating the role. Now, coming to the important topic of halal economy. Halal economy today is one of the fastest growing economies globally. It is not only a major sector in the Muslim world, but also in the non-Muslim world as well. And halal or Sharia compliant sector of the economy is not only limited or confined to the goods, but also to the services. Today, as we look at the halal sector of the economy globally, it is more than $7.5 trillion, including around $2.5 trillion in halal goods and over $5 trillion in Sharia compliant financial services sector. So when we talk about halal economy today, it is not only about religious compliance, but it is also about standards, it is also about quality, it is also about food safety, it is also about secure supply chain, but more importantly, it is also about innovation, it is also about cooperation amongst the Muslim countries. So as I mentioned, halal economy in terms of halal goods, it is not only the food today, it also includes pharmaceutical sector, it includes cosmetic sector, it includes entertainment and media, it includes communication, it includes logistics and supply chain, and then financial services. Coming to the halal food and halal economy in Pakistan, our contribution to GDP in terms of halal is now around $40 billion, and we export more than $10 billion worth of halal goods to more than 55 countries around the world. Islamic finance is another important sector of our economy, contributing more than $36 billion annually to Pakistan GDP. Pakistan offers numerous comparative advantages when it comes to the halal economy. First is the large consumer-based indigenous consumer market in Pakistan with over 250 million people. Pakistan offers a large market for both halal goods as well as halal services. And the second important factor of Pakistan's comparative advantage is its location. Pakistan is a gateway to Central Asia, we are a gateway to South Asia, and we are also a gateway to the Middle East. In terms of the resources, Pakistan has a large pool of skilled, low-cost workforce. Pakistan has large raw materials for the halal sector, including our agriculture sector, including the livestock. We are one of the largest livestock in the world with over 220 million livestock population in Pakistan. But more important is Pakistan's strong Islamic culture credibility. In Pakistan, we have created a framework to facilitate halal sector and then to see the growth of halal sector of our economy. We have in Pakistan established Pakistan Halal Authority, and then in all the provinces of Pakistan also we have a very strong implementation mechanism of halal goods and services in the country. And then also we have set up an Islamic Ideology Council. The purpose of Islamic Ideology Council is that we need to ensure that all tenets of Islam, including the halal economy, are fully ensured in the country. And then to see full implementation of the Islamic and then the Sharia compliant regulations, we have also established a Sharia court in the country. So all of these institutional frameworks ensure that the goods services are provided as per the Sharia requirements. And then in terms of the priorities of the government of Pakistan, we are currently expanding international certification recognition of halal. We are building partnerships with many countries, including, of course, Indonesia, Iran, and many other countries. And we are also trying to harmonize our halal certification and halal standards in Pakistan. And in terms of halal market opportunities, we have processed halal food, halal pharmaceuticals, cosmetic, fashion, Muslim-friendly tourism, and then Islamic. And now coming to cooperation among different countries, of course, Pakistan, Iran, and Indonesia, as we are talking at the moment about these three major Islamic countries. Together, we have a population of more than 600 million. The combined GDP of these three countries is over $2.3 trillion. So what is important is that all these three countries, first we recognize each other's certification, halal certification, we harmonize our standards, and then we can move on to the joint ventures and setting up halal industrial parks as well. But in conclusion, let me say that halal, when we talk about halal food, when we talk about halal services, we are not talking about religious compliance only. We are talking about economic growth, we are talking about food security, we are talking about sustainable development. And Pakistan, we see it as an enormous opportunity to create jobs in the country and then also in other countries, and then also we see it as an engine of socio-economic growth. And I look forward to hearing from you when we move on to our question and answer session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Before we proceed to the next panelist, I would like to offer to the floor for any questions. Any questions? If not, then please allow me, Your Ambassador. I have a few questions. How the Islamic finance can boost halal trade in order to strengthen the international trade between Indonesia and Pakistan?
Now, let me say first, halal food, halal goods, and halal financial services, they complement each other. So, as I mentioned earlier, it is not only in the Muslim world now, but globally also. We look at countries like Australia and New Zealand, they export a lot of halal meat to many of the Muslim countries. And then when we come to Indonesia and Pakistan, we have established mechanism for cooperation. Recently, Pakistan and Indonesia, we have signed a memorandum of understanding for mutual recognition of halal certification. So we think we need to build a supply chain of halal goods, halal food especially. Indonesia has this advantage of a large food sector in this country. Pakistan has a large agriculture and livestock sector. So working closely together, we can not only promote the trade, but we can also move into the research. Only yesterday I was introduced to a lady here, an Indonesian professor, who has come up with this halal seafood fish-based gelatin. We believe in Pakistan, in our industry, there is huge scope for such product. I think it is very important that we work together. We work together in terms of joint research. We also work together in terms of setting up halal industrial parks. We also work together in terms of ensuring halal supply chain. So there is huge potential for these two major Muslim majority economies to work together when it comes to the halal food and halal services.
Okay, thank you so much. Give applause once again. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now we move to the second panelist. His Excellency Ambassador Muhammad Farajdi, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Islamic Republic of Iran to the Republic of Indonesia. He will highlight some key points on the achievement of Iran and also how the priorities for Iran halal sector and of course how the strategic policies to strengthen the bilateral ties between Indonesia and Iran. Please.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
It's a pleasure and a big honor for me to be here with my brother, His Excellency Ambassador of Pakistan, and also Ustad that are present in the panel, as well as your respectful audiences that are listening to us to be here today. Fortunately, His Excellency Ambassador told a lot about how is the situation of the halal industry in the world right now, so I just omit the part and go directly to the Iran part. And thank you, you again made the job for me easier. About Iran, before I start the statistics, I must tell you that in Iran we had this problem for a long time that people did not believe in halal logo on the market, because in Iran we used to think that everything is halal. Because in Iran market we cannot find a piece of pork or wine or anything else that is not halal. So the people traditionally think that everything is halal, so they don't feel that it is necessary to put the halal logo on every single item. And also from the other side, they think of halal not only for meat and some food and beverages. They don't understand the reason why we must put the halal logo on some other industrial, goods that and products that are not being eaten or deleted. I just wanted to tell you that it's very difficult in Iran to prepare the culture for the people, to understand that if we want to be in the global market, we must have this kind of concept. Because in global market, they care about the halal logo. Maybe in Iran, when you go there, you know that all the restaurants are halal, so I can go everywhere and I can eat and drink everything I want. But when you export something to outside, the people outside, especially the Muslims, and also some of the non-Muslims, they look at the logo and if they see it is halal, they will take it. If they don't see it, they will not take it as a halal. And you know that most of the non-Muslim people in the world also now they are consuming halal food because they believe that halal food there is some standards that they make the supervision on how it is produced. For example, before here I was in South Africa. I saw a lot of people who were not Muslim, but most of them were just take the halal food. They don't take any kind of, when they go to the shop, they just look for the halal logo. So that's what is being culture and a very good culture that is being shared in the world and it's being to be global right now. About the Islamic Republic of Iran, I just go through some of the figures and I don't want to have a long speech because I have very important another meeting after this meeting and my school a little bit sooner, but I tell you, Iran's position in the global halal economy. Iran enjoys significant structural advantages in the halal economy. Key strengths include a predominantly Muslim population, because you know that in Iran we have a very small minority of other religions, but the predominantly population is Muslims. A nationwide Islamic banking system and established halal standardization infrastructure, strong industrial and agricultural capabilities, and according to the Iranian Food and Drug Administration Halal Department, in January 2025, Iran ranks 8th in the global halal market. According to the Kenex assessment, Iran is the world's largest modest fashion market. Iran is the 4th most attractive destination for Muslim tourism, Muslim-friendly tourism. Iran also ranks 3rd in the Islamic finance and banking, 11th in halal pharmaceuticals, 15th in halal tourism. The capacities of Iran in the production and export halal food is Iran has a strong competitive advantages in halal food manufacturing, agricultural products, dairy products, protein-based foods, biopharmaceuticals, knowledge-based industries, and also for the future growth opportunities. We can think of Iran in these major growth opportunities like halal food processing and agri-food industries, halal pharmaceuticals and dietary supplements, halal cosmetics and personal care products, health tourism and Muslim-friendly tourism, Islamic finance, financial services and fintech, knowledge-based exports and technologies supporting halal supply chain. And how is the international engagement for the Islamic Republic of Iran in halal-based products? Iran is expanding its presence in international halal markets, participating in major events such as the D8 Halal Expo just right now in Indonesia, and support this strategy. The objective is to increase Iran's share of the global halal market. We are so happy that there are some Iranian companies in this Halal Expo, Halal D8 Expo today, that they are working in the different sections of the halal industry, and the companies that are present here usually working in the packing industry, flavor and serving industry, animal biotechnology industry, chemical and pharmaceutical industry, and they are just present here. After this session, you can just visit the Iranian pavilion here, that you see the companies and you can talk to them. I have some more to add about the Iran position in the halal industry and also how is the global situation for Iran, but I prefer to finish here because I don't want to take a lot of time. But if there is any question, I will be at your service to answer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. And before we move to the next panelist, if you have any questions, please. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Waalaikumsalam. Oh yeah. Thank you, Your Excellency Mr. Zaid Hafiz Faudri and Your Excellency Mr. Rahman Faudri. May I have a question for both of you, because both countries are compensating one of each other. For Pakistan first, do you have any plan to give a free visa for Indonesians to come to your countries to boost your Muslim-friendly tourism? That's for Pakistan. And for Iran, I have two questions. Do you have any plan to have a mutual recognition agreement with Indonesia, so the halal products that you just mentioned have any good trading with Indonesian business? The second, maybe this is not about halal, but still maybe important. Is Iran have any plan to help Indonesia in electricity production? Thank you.
Sorry, what is it? Electricity?
Electricity. Okay, thank you so
You
much.
don't have any question about visa from me, huh?
Because Iran gave free visa for 15 days. I
No
know that.
free visa, just no visa. For Indonesian, when they want to go to Iran, they just show their passport
Yeah.
and go inside. No visa, no even stamp on their passports. So they can go and come back like Iranians.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I will give the first turn to.
First, thank you very much for a very interesting question.
Oh, nggak bisa.
Indonesians,
Segitu
we
doang.
consider Indonesians to be our brothers and sisters.
Ngomong udah.
We are always welcome in Pakistan. So we would also like to move to visa-free agreement between Pakistan and Indonesia. But we want it that when Indonesians travel to Pakistan, they don't need a visa at all. And when Pakistanis travel to Indonesia, they don't need a visa to travel to this friendly and brotherly country. But as of today, our visa policy is one of the most lenient visa policy. You get a visa issued within 24 hours. So whenever you plan a trip to Pakistan, please let us know and we will ensure that you are issued visa. But any one from the business community or traveling to Pakistan for tourism, visa is issued very promptly. But let's try to move towards a visa-free regime between Pakistan and Indonesia.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to add something about the visa. I add, because we treat Indonesians like just Iranians. When they go to Iran, no free visa, no visa upon arrival, just no visa is needed. And nothing is mentioned in their passport and no stamp in their passport. So this is what kind of facilities that we have made for the Indonesian brothers and sisters to go to Iran. There are some complications right now. If anybody wants to go to Iran, I just suggested, because of the war situation, they come to the embassy and just be sure that everything is okay and they can receive the visa right now. But for the generally Indonesian, we don't have any kind of visa. And also, I just wanted to hope that someday Iranian, when they come, when they want to come to Indonesia, just enjoy the same facilities.
Okay.
About the questions that my brother asked, very good questions about the cooperation between halal industry in Iran and in Indonesia. You know, we have a organization that is under the president. We call that a Standard Organization of the Islamic Republic of Iran, and it's responsible for halal logo and halal industries as well. We have a MOU between Iran halal authorities with Indonesian halal authorities, I mean between His Excellency Haikal Hassan, that talked yesterday, and Iranian counterpart. And we have already signed that during the state visit of the late Iranian President Dr. Raisi to Indonesia. This MOU has been signed between the two countries. But it is not final as yet because there is some kind of plan of action that must be signed also. And it has been prepared, it has been negotiated, but because of some complications in the region, several times that Papa Hekel Hassan wanted to go to Iran, there was some, situation in the region. So we hope that in the near future, with the help of the Pakistanis brother, we have the peace in the region and we can sign that fund as well. As soon as it is signed, two countries just recognize the halal logo from each other, and it is not necessary for the Iranian goods when they are going to come to Indonesia to go to do the halal procedure and everything, and we just recognize each other. Second question was about, sorry, I'm getting more for the electricity cooperation, yeah. We offer to the Indonesian about the Iranian high-tech achievements that that Iran ranks 1 to 10 in many technologies right now. In nanotechnology, biotechnology, nuclear technology, in the agriculture technology, healthcare technology, and many, many more. Unfortunately, the situation in the recent years was somehow that because of the sanctions and complications in the region, it is not finalized yet. We hope in the future we can have cooperation in that areas as well, because Iran is one of the rare countries that is ready to export the high-tech goods along with the technology to Indonesia. We believe that Iranian achievements belong to the Islamic world. So any Islamic world that they want to receive Iranian high-tech products or Iranian technology, we are ready to export for them. But inshallah, we will be witness about the peace and security in the region, and it will be happen. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Your Excellencies. Now we move to the third panelist. He is Bapak Wehelma Agustiawan, President Commission of PT Soka Cipta. As we understand that your company focusing on the halal fashion and of course the manufacturing, and I think it is part of the government's efforts to make Indonesia as the global hub for the halal. So could you please highlight on some pertinent issues on how the company's viewpoint on the global halal trade, what is the role of your company, and also the accomplishments as highlighted in the global halal markets?
Okay, thank you, Professor. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Raditu billahi rabbil bil Islam dina wa bi Muhammadin nabiyyi wa rasulah wa ba'du. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya ayyuhan nas kulu mimma fil ardh halalan thayyiban. Sadaqallahul azim. Excellency Ambassador Pakistan, His Excellency Ambassador Komingan, Professor, all distinguished guests, thank you very much for this great opportunity. My friend said that two speaker is ambassador. So my friend said I'm also ambassador for halal fashion. Thank you. And before continue, I want to say thank you to ambassador from Pakistan, because in 1942 many Pakistan great people come to Indonesia and help Indonesia to have our independence. Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador. And also we would like to thank because in few years ago Pakistan invite us to come to Pakistan to see the textile industry in Pakistan, and we are very honored to come to Pakistan. And also after that, the ambassador from Pakistan come to our office. So it is very, I will show the picture in the slide. So very great honor for us. Maybe in the future, after this, we can collaboration with a Pakistan company to produce the halal modification and we export together to all OIC countries. Inshallah, inshallah. The second, I want to say thank you also for Mr. Ambassador from Iran. Thank you very much, His Excellency Muhammad, because my son also, the name come from Persian. So thank you very much for beautiful name. And also now Indonesia going to go green. So if Indonesia flag white, red and white, and after that green, so we are the same with Iran. So we are Indonesia go to the go green. So this is very interesting discussion because Alhamdulillah I see all Mr. Ambassador using the socks. So the socks will be also important, not only food and also the pharmaceutical mentioned by the ambassador. So that's why, imagine Mr. Ambassador, all the guests, in the Quran say that we all human used to be consumed the halal product. Why? Because we want our dua in every our salah except by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So not only product consumed by it, also by use. In 2014, when we want to buy a new machine from Taiwan, we are informed by the factory of the machine that the part of the machine is come from pig hair. We as Muslim at that time, we are very shocked. So I said to the factory, can you change the hair to another? Yes, they said they can. They changed to horse hair. So in that time, we try to find another indicator. Maybe also we are forget about the halal. So after that, in the textile industry, if we want to coloring the textile, after that, we give the softener. So mostly the softener, there is always pig oil in that softener. So there is two parts, one in the machine, one in the raw material, in the softener. So in these two parts, there is non-halal product. So after that, in 2024, we change all, and the softener we should import from Swiss. Indonesia we don't have. So I agree with Mr. Ambassador that we have to innovate. So if we see the Iranian, also the Persian, we know they are very smart people. They can create drone, technology, electricity. I believe Iranian also can innovate with us together to create the softener without haram product. So that's why we want maybe discuss with the Iranian company. We can collaboration. We can create the innovative for halal modification. So we can produce together with Pakistan company. So we can export this product to all our RIC country for Muslim. So that's our experience about the halal modification, because the halal it's not only what we eat, also what we consume, what we use. So you can imagine what we use in our sauce, for example, there is non-halal product in there. So that's our concern. That's why our government, we have halal certification since 2015. So after that, our government see this indicator. So from there, in 2027 or 29, the modest fashion should be also halal. So that's why I agree with Mr. Ambassador that we are Muslim also very big market. And now our people concerned about the halal. So that's why this is the great honor for me to sit with the Mr. Ambassador from Iran, also from Pakistan, maybe we can talk together with the Iranian company, Pakistan company to discuss about it, and we do together and export together to Islam country. Maybe that's our concern, Professor. Thank you very much for Professor also now in-depth concern also for Sharia economy. Thank you very much because Mr. Ambassador, if someone tell from in-depth about economy, all of Indonesia will believe. So that's why when in-depth from Professor tell about Sharia economy, Halal economy, people will believe. And also our government will believe. So that's why thank you very much for in-depth to speak more about Sharia economy, and that's very meaningful for us. So maybe that's our concern. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Bapak. Let's give applause to Pak Hambawat. Okay, any questions from the floor? Okay.
Okay, thank you. Excellencies, sir, good morning. Thank you for the opportunity. So thank you very much for all the explanation. It was very insightful for all of us. So from what I get from the explanation is between Iran, Indonesia, and Pakistan, these three countries have their own very strong and excellent potentials. But can we enlighten me? But so far, these three countries only have relations of the economic in the bilateral relations level. So, is there any greater potential for these countries to have escalated relation to the trilateral relations? That's my first question. And then my next question is, what are the main barriers so far that we have for Indonesia, Pakistan, and Iran for the halal trade? And is there any practical step that could help with to strengthen this cooperation better to the future? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ferdowsia, for this wonderful question. I know her personally because she works in the embassy of Pakistan. Let me also say that she is one of the best colleagues that I have ever had in my 35 years of diplomatic service. So wonderful people to work with Indonesia. Now coming to your question, let's first talk about the opportunities that exist for cooperation among these three countries, Indonesia, Pakistan, and Iran. Now together we are talking about three major Islamic countries. Indonesia 280 million people, Pakistan 250 million people, Iran another more than 90 million people. Together we are talking about a population of more than 600 million people. And the combined GDP of these three countries is more than $2.3 trillion. And also in terms of their geography, Indonesia provides this gateway to ASEAN, Pakistan and Iran, we provide this gateway to the central area, Pakistan to South Asia and to the Middle East. Now coming to the barriers. I think the first and the foremost barrier that we currently have is that we do not have harmonization of halal standards. So first we need to overcome this barrier of harmonizing our halal standards. And then we move on to the mutual recognition of halal certification in these three countries. And once we achieve that, then we move on to the next step of joint ventures, joint research, setting up halal industrial food processing plants. So all of these, I think with this, we can not only contribute to the economy, to the GDP of our three countries, but we can also contribute to the global halal economy if all these three countries can cooperate optimally. Thank you very much again, Ocha.
Thank you very much for the question. We must look at the halal industries as an opportunity, not as a barrier. I think, nowadays there are a lot of problems for the Iranian companies to come to Indonesia for the food security that His Excellency President now mentioned several times that we are going to have the food security in Indonesia. but we always had this problem of that you have a halal logo or you don't have or something like that entering in the market. So, as I told you, when I was a child, I mean more than 50 years ago, we went to the restaurant, we went to the shops, and we never looked for any kind of halal logo. This is a very small cultural difference because even in Indonesia, I don't know because I was here around 30 years ago. When you go to the shops, it is not, at that time it was not the halal food, it was defined. It was the halal ones. You go to the shop, you can see the Bobby section, you know. It shows that we are signing the haram food, not the halal food. It's some kind of barrier in our culture that it prevents us to have more cooperation because when we send something from Iran to here, we know that it is halal. Everybody knows that in Iranian market you cannot find any kind of alcohol, you know, beers, wines, everything, or any kind of pork meat, or any kind of not, halal. What do you call the? That killing the animals. I don't know the Islamic ways. So. It's very difficult for myself, for my government to have this kind of culture. But we are paving the way. You see that Iranian companies, around 10, 11 companies are here, present here right now. And we have already signed the MOU between Iran and Indonesia. And also with Pakistan, we are brothers, we are friends, we are sharing borders. So we have the same culture, we don't have this kind of problem. But I hope that the Indonesian, Iranian, Pakistanis, Muslim world that is more than 57 countries, they reach to this point of agreement that they have cooperation in that regard. Because now that we have this kind of barriers, some other non-Muslim countries, you know which countries, they are making halal goods for us, like China, like others. I don't want to name all of them. But even in some European countries, when they produce something, they put halal on that because they know that if they put halal on that, the market will be so bigger. So they put the halal logo on the products. We don't know. I don't want to question any kind of halal logos, but we don't know how do they do that. We don't know the procedure. If the procedure is suitable for Indonesia or Pakistan or Iran or not. But when a Muslim goes to the shopping and takes that and see the halal logo, does not matter who has put this halal logo. So we should have, as a Muslim countries, we should have better and closer cooperation in that regard with each other. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's have the next questions.
Thank you so much, Excellencies. And I have just one question for both Excellency ambassadors. So since we are in the DA Panel Expo, my question is, what are your expectations for the Islamic organization, where DA is not Islamic organization, but all DA members are members of the OIC. DA and also OIC, what are your expectations for what they can do to bring forward this halal economy within the OIC countries or within the DA countries, particularly, for example, like since the ambassador from Pakistan said, the harmonization of standard, and later on for the mutual recognition of the halal standardization of each country, particularly for Indonesia, Pakistan, and Iran. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the good question. About the Organization of Islamic Cooperation or there are very good expectations, there are very good figures that we are going to reach this point and this point in the near future, inshallah. I cannot expect anything. I can just hope that the cooperation goes very well if everything is going very well, we will have a very better future in that regard.
Udah.
The figures show that the halal industry is going up and up. So if we work together closely, we can witness a very better situation in that regard. I hope that we work in our own countries for the halal culture. Even myself, that I mentioned that in Iran, it's very difficult to put the halal logo on some food that are not made of the oil or meat or I don't know beverages. Because for example, when you put halal on something, it does not mean it is only ingredients is halal. So there are other factors, like for example, the factory is not stolen, the money is not stolen, you have given the zakat, I don't know, all of that must be considered, but step by step. It is not something that today we expect from that. But in the future, I hope even for the halal governance and halal diplomacy. So that's what we expect from halal industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you actually for already answering this question and then so wonderfully answering this question. But when we talk about halal goods, when we talk about halal economy, it is very important to understand the whole ecosystem of halal economy. Halal goods start with the halal raw materials. And then not only the raw materials, but then also moving on to the machinery, as our friend was mentioning that pig hair used in the textile industry. But then also we do not want to have a factory that has both halal raw material, has both machinery that is Sharia compliant. But then what if the factory is running on a loan that is interest based? So we talk about Sharia compliant financing also. But then if you have Sharia compliant financing, what about if the company's insurance is not Sharia compliant? And now luckily we have all of these. We have interest-free financing available, we have takaful, that is interest-free insurance scheme, we have the raw materials which are of course Sharia compliant, and then so we now have this whole ecosystem which is Sharia compliant. So it's important that we work on all of these. But in terms of the OIC's role, I think it is a very important forum from where we are speaking today, that is D8, because we are talking about the large 8 Muslim majority economy. So if these economies can work together, and then we can also of course expand it to the OIC, and not only then expand but can work simultaneously also. But again, as I said earlier, it is important that we go for joint research. It is important that we go for harmonization of standards. It is important that we go for mutual recognition of our halal certification, and then also investment is very important. I think especially given the geostrategic shifts that are taking place in the world, Muslim countries, some of the Muslim countries have huge financing available for projects within the Muslim world. So it is not only important to invest, but then to invest strategically. And I think Islamic finance, halal economy is one of the most important strategic financing that Islamic countries can make at the moment.
Yes. All right. So I think before we conclude this session, I'd like to have maybe short statement as a concluding remark from your side, and then
Thank you very much again. It's good to have such a wonderful audience. I am really impressed by the quality of questions that you people have been asking. And I look forward to working with all of you, and my best wishes to the organizer also for the remaining event. But my last word would be that, again, as I said earlier, halal economy is not only about religious compliance. It is about an opportunity. We are talking about economic growth, we are talking about resilience, we are talking about supply chain, we are talking about sustainable development. So it's a great opportunity that we must all try to avail. Once again, thank you very much for being such a wonderful opportunity.
yes.
Thank you very much. Very good remarks from His Excellency. I can add only, yes, I agree that previously we thought about halal industry only religiously. But now we can talk about that and we can think about that, we must think about that economically. Because you know that even in Indonesia previously the halal organization was under the Ministry of Religion. Now this is independent and under the presidency. So in Iran also we are thinking about that. The halal industry is not about quantity. It's not about only about Sharia. It's about how we are going to enter in the world economy. And also now we are talking about the quality. For example, I invite all of you to visit Iranian stall after this session, and you see that we have some industries here that they are working on the quality. For example, in Indonesia, average milking of a cow is 12 liters a day. But they have invented some ways that they can have 30 liters a day from a cow. So it's something that we are thinking of the quality, not only the quantity, and not only about the Sharia, about the global economy, that we can enter in global economy with the halal industry. And I again thank my brother, His Excellency Ambassador, and also Professor Alligator, that gave me this opportunity to be with you today, and also I thank you all that listened to my words. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. First, if we hear from Mr. Ahmad Haikal yesterday from opening, he said that you are what you eat and what to eat. You are what you soak. So if your socks not halal, please use the halal socks. That's the first. And then the second one, I also looking forward to have brothers from Iran and also from Pakistan to have a joint collaboration together in business. But partnership first, and then after that we do business. We innovate together, we produce together, and we export together to wise market. The third one, please also see our website www.soka.co.id and also our Instagram soka_Indonesia. Please like and share. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, so brothers and sisters, now we have come to the end of the session. But before we end, let me express, our gratitude for your presence here, Your Excellency, and also our speaker from PT Soka. And of course, it is our pleasure to have all the panelists to speak and share their insightful discussions. And we hope also, to see more strong bilateral between Indonesia and Iran and also Pakistan, as we believe, Indonesia is the largest Muslim populations. Iran also is the Islamic State, and Pakistan also the same. So I think we have the same vision in terms of halal sector, and like we agreed that halal economy is not just about the Sharia compliance. It is more on how we play as a Muslim community, the aid community, to strengthen forward in terms of the bilateral in the halal economic sector. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for being with us today, and give applause once again to all the panelists. Okay, and then thanks very much, and I pass the message from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Professor, and our distinguished speakers, please remain on stage because we would like to present a token of appreciation. Please, you can stand up right now, and then we will also like to invite Mr. Ami Aprianto, Director of Social, Cultural Affairs and Strategic Partnership, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to present a token of appreciation. Mr. Ari to come up on the stage. Yeah, please give the token of appreciation for our distinguished speakers. Give a big round of applause, everyone. The token of appreciation is symbolized gratefulness because we have our distinguished speakers right now and our moderator today for the insightful discussion, and then we have learned so much today. And once again, give a big round of applause for our wonderful speakers and moderators. And for Professor and all distinguished speakers, Ms. May, now you return to your seat. You may now return to your seat. Okay, thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, give a big round of applause for our distinguished speakers and moderator. Give a big round of applause. Berikan tepuk tangan yang meriah. Dan tentunya, and of course, I would like to say thank you to all the moderators and distinguished speakers for insightful discussion, and we have learned so much today. And ladies and gentlemen, talking about this event is hosted by D8 Islamic Economy, Halal Indonesia, strategic partner, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, Halal Product Assurance, organizing body, National